Welcome back to the Goal2Go podcast, man. Episode 29. This week, we're going to do an NFL 2020 draft. We're going to redraft. We're going to let you know our picks. We're going to do segment Hot or Not. And then we're going to get into some hoops, man. All-Star Weekend just passed. What was good, what wasn't good. We'll talk about all of it. So we're going to start off with that 2020 redraft, man. And we're just going to go back and forth with our picks. I'm going to start us off. You're going to go next, so on. We're just going to do the first round.
Yeah.
Let's get into it, man. So first pick overall, Cincinnati Bengals. Really don't got to do too much thinking here on this one. You could go some other directions, but this guy, he led you after tearing his ACL, bounced back, went to a Super Bowl, and with this team with no O-line went to a AFC title game, one play away of possibly beating the Chiefs and heading back to the Super Bowl. So credit to Joe Burrow. I'm going to take him number one overall, obviously. I don't really like him too much, but I'm going to stick with him. He's done well. He's proven to be a pretty valuable number one overall pick.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, top two quarterback in the league, you know. So getting him here for Cincinnati, I don't think it really changes anything. So I think Burrow's who I had as number one as well. For number two, this one is tricky. In this mock draft, the Commanders are obviously, a big-time winning here because they get a franchise quarterback. But it just depends on which way you want to go. You know what? Last week, I said I'm going to take Jalen Hurts over Justin Herbert, so I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to have the Commanders go Jalen Hurts, number two overall, get their franchise quarterback. Had a breakout season this year. Gives you the rushing and passing upside. Now, will Jalen Hurts break out like he did with the Eagles on this team? I don't know because they don't have, the O-line and the weapons the Eagles have. But you saw what he's capable of this year. Hopefully the Commanders, get some talent around him, get an O-line around him. Defense has always been solid. So I think you take Jalen Hurts at number two if you're the Washington Commanders. Which is so weird to say because the Commanders are literally division rivals for the Eagles. But I think you go Jalen Hurts.
Going with Hurts, too. I mean, kind of switches up my pick. I kind of expected him to slide a little bit. Just a tad. Guess not coming from an Eagles fan, so.
I mean, the Commanders need a quarterback.
No, yeah.
Like, we're going, based off of, the teams, as they are now. You feel me?
Nah, either way, bro, I still would have took a quarterback in that pick. I just didn't think you were going with Hurts. So, pick number 3, I mean, that's just going to leave me with Justin Herbert then, in my opinion.
Yeah. You can flip the
Lions,
two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I thought that's how it was going to go, but because, Justin Herbert's your guy, so I'm going the Lions drafting Justin Herbert. Jared Goff, he did all right. Not all right. He did pretty good this year for the Lions.
Hurts had a good season. I mean, yeah, Goff did have a good season.
But you get a talent like Herbert out there, you got to rock with him, so I'm going J Herb.
Yeah, and the next pick, Giants in at number 4. This was a pretty easy pick for me as well. Go Justin Jefferson, arguably the best receiver in the league right now. Top 1, 2, 3, however which way you want to put it. Set a bunch of records. One of the most explosive weapons on the offensive side of the ball. You got Daniel Jones, that contract year, wanting $45 million. One of the big downsides is, he doesn't have any real weapons on that team. No real targets, so franchise tag Daniel Jones. Give him Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the league, and see what he's really made out of. Is Daniel Jones an NFL quarterback? Well, if you had Justin Jefferson, you'd be able to find out real quick.
Yeah, not a surprise there. You're going to J-Jets. Pick number 4 with the Giants.
That's what I just took.
Oh, yeah.
It's Miami.
Pick number 5. And Miami. It's Tua.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no quarterbacks left.
Yeah.
Tua, got to see him come back from that head injury. But other than that, this year he just proved to be a top-level quarterback.
When healthy.
Yep. Deserving of a first-round pick. if he stays healthy, man, you might be sitting here talking to him pick number 3 going to the Lions. So I'm going Tua.
Yeah. And it's kind of odd, but I still feel like we haven't seen Tua's like ceiling, ceiling yet. Like we haven't seen it like fully unlocked. I feel like we saw glimpses this year, and I think he has a pretty safe floor in this league as a starting quarterback. So just the way the board fell, and kind of how it is, I think I put Tua for Miami as well.
So from that top 5, it dropped out Chase Young, Jeff Okudah, and Andrew Thomas outside of the top 5 picks. Those were the original guys that we didn't have in there.
But for me, at number 6 in the Chargers, Andrew Thomas isn't falling too far. Chargers are, to me, the biggest losers in this draft. When we do the redo, like, you lose Justin Herbert, generational quarterback, has all the talent, and he's off the board here. He's off the board pretty early. So sitting at 6, I think, you just take the next best available player here for the Chargers. You still don't have a quarterback, but there's no quarterback worth taking at this point for me. So give me Andrew Thomas. Arguably, one of the best tackles in the league. Had a rough first couple years, but he really, really turned it around this season. Kind of broke out as one of the best left tackles in the league. So, I mean, at this point, if they don't have Herbert, who is their quarterback? I think Tyrod Taylor. So you have Rashawn Slater as the right tackle, throwing Andrew Thomas as your left tackle. That's the best tackle duo in the league. So whoever's quarterback will definitely have time. So just no quarterback, really just building up that O-line for the future. So Andrew Thomas I have here at number 6.
Yeah. Before this year, he really struggled. Came on strong this year. One of the best graded linemen in the NFL. So
it was last year he really came on. He had another solid year this year.
Yeah.
Because his rookie year he was bad.
He was horrible.
But he really he grew. Little learning curve, but. He's solid now. Yeah,
now he's fine. With this pick, I mean, there's nothing really you could do for this franchise when you just look at the roster. It kind of bad pick here. You could go defense. You could say they need some defense.
Oh, they took Derek Brown here, right?
Yeah, so
not a bad pick, but
not horrible, but
you definitely could have done better.
Not the best pick, yeah.
Nah.
I really don't know who I want to go with. Like, if you don't. I wouldn't know what to do as a Panthers GM. Like, you're sitting up in here.
If this was like a real draft, this is a perfect trade down spot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because someone else would draft up. I mean, you could go with. I don't like that. You could go offense, but I really don't think they still have CMC at the time.
Well, we're doing it now, so they don't have CMC.
And they don't have a quarterback. So.
No, they don't have a quarterback either.
If I'm them, you just go defense like they did, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's really... I'm gonna go A.J. Terrell in this spot.
It's not a bad pick.
Yeah,
not a bad pick.
Get a corner. I think their original pick was C.J. Hendrick. No, that was Derek Brown, yeah.
Yeah, Derek Brown.
So, I think you go A.J. Terrell, one of the best corners in this draft. There's a couple good ones in there that you could pick.
Yeah.
We're going A.J. Terrell. He's kind of...
Pairing him up with J.C. Horn, that's...
Lower level with... since he's on the Falcons, but this whole division's tragic, so... Yeah, you pair him up with J.C. Horn.
That's the best cornerback duo in the league, if you ask me.
Yeah. Wasn't supposed to be, but... Yeah.
So... In the way I did it in my mock, I had the Cardinals taking A.J. Terrell because I had the Panthers taking this player above them. But since you already took A.J. Terrell, I'm literally going to flip it, and I'm going to give the Cardinals... Actually, I'm going to give them CeeDee Lamb. I mean, you have Hollywood Brown. You have Chosen Anderson. Let me get that correct before I say anything.
Chosen Anderson's crazy.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's kind of older on an expiring contract. So bring in CeeDee Lamb, who has we've seen what he's able to do. Be a number one receiver, give Kyler Murray, a more stable target. And now that I'm thinking about it, teaming him up with his number one college receiver, which down the board, we might revisit that again. But at Oklahoma, CeeDee Lamb was there with Kyler when he had that Heisman winning year. So a lot of familiarity there. And Hollywood Brown. Oh my gosh, is this the Oklahoma Cardinals? I just realized that. Yeah, so throw CeeDee Lamb in that offense. More explosive. Like the Cardinals, they just need a lot of stuff right now. So CeeDee Lamb to the Cardinals.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. That's why I didn't go offense there.
Are you going to do it back to back?
What?
Pair the quarterback with their college receivers.
I mean, you could. I was thinking about it, but it's like, the Jags, they kind of already bought into this offense. They got some weapons.
They do.
Christian Kirk, they paid Evan Ingram a bag. Where do they struggle? I mean, they struggle on the defensive side of the ball.
And Ridley's coming back.
Yep. And you got Calvin Ridley. I mean, so I'm not going to pair him up.
Damn.
You could go T. Higgins, just how good he is.
That's what I did.
But you took T. Higgins?
I did at number 9, yeah.
I'm not mad at it at all, but I think, man, in a spot like this, they need some defense. I think you could go. They need a DB. I might take Trayvon Diggs in this spot.
I don't hate it. I had him a lot later, so it kind of fucks mine up, but I don't hate it.
Late first round. I mean, when you look at it, they really struggle on that defensive side of the ball. They made some plays coming down the stretch.
Trayvon Diggs was a name for me here, but they have Tyson Campbell, a good young corner, and the defense was okay. I just figured, just give Trevor Lawrence, make it.
He needs 3 wide receiver ones.
I mean, listen, we just made the fucking Oklahoma Cardinals. Why not make the Clemson Jaguars, ETN and
not
Trevor
too
Lawrence.
far off a Tiger, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, Trayvon Diggs here, that's also a very good pick. So whichever one you want to go with.
Yeah, I'm going Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs. All right, Diggs to the Jags. I don't hate it. I have your Cleveland Browns.
I thought I was supposed to get this pick.
Oh, no. I said the Miami first pick or the Browns. You can't. Or you want to make this pick, bro? I'll let you make it, bro. Sure?
I want to see you make your pick, yeah.
Well, I was going through. There's a few things here. In mine, Trayvon was still on the board, so I was like, pair him with AJ, but I know how high you are on Martin Emerson, and you have Greedy there, so I was like, corner's not really that big of a need. Safety was something I was thinking of. I was like, Antoine Whitfield, Jeremy Chin, there's a few nice safeties in here, but I was like, safety never really goes this high. So then I looked at offense, and in this draft, you guys took Jedrick Wills, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was really good his rookie year, but he's kind of tailed off a little towards the end.
He shows no effort.
Yeah, so I was like, can I go with O-line? Andrew Thomas is off the board. Tristan Wirfs was here, which is really intriguing, but you got Deshaun Watson. You kind of want to unlock that offense. Pretty much what you were saying every single week after Sunday, is, there's Amari Cooper, and then what else? There's just nothing there. So in my mock, I had them taking a different receiver, but here T. Higgins falls to us. And I wouldn't say Amari Cooper and T. Higgins are the same receiver. They're both kind of similar, but I just think they both have so much talent. Both two clear-cut number 1 receivers that are just going to get open. If you have that run game, you can always fall back on. And, you want to see Deshaun Watson reach back to that top 5, caliber where he was before everything happened in his career. So the best way to get him back there is just give him a bunch of guys that'll be open and catch the ball. So right here, I got the Browns taking T. Higgins, wide receiver.
I'm not mad at it, man, at all. But was the other player you were going to take, is that a Florida legend you were thinking of?
No.
Nah? All right.
No.
You talked about, they kind of got similar games, T. Higgins and Amari Cooper. Cooper, obviously,
I think Amari's more of a route runner and separator, and, T. Higgins is that just go up and get it kind of receiver.
Exactly. So I think they would really pair nice, and then you got DPJ at the 3, who's also a nice little deep threat you got.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it at all. You couldn't. I really, yeah.
Especially in that division now, Joe Burrow, they're going to still have that explosive offense because in this case, they still have Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Lamar is still with the Ravens, and, the Steelers they're going to have a good defense. But, especially in the AFC, if you want to come out, you're going to have to beat Mahomes and the Chiefs, man. You're going to have to score a lot of points. So I think, this is the way you do it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Give Deshaun D-Hop Jr. T. Higgins.
You think he's D-Hop Jr.?
I mean, they kind of have similar game styles. I would say, D-Hop was clearly a lot better. He's
just got
top receiver in the league, but T. Higgins can maybe develop there.
Better hands.
Yeah, that's like his ceiling. The highest he would go is like D-Hop.
D-Hop.
But they're both throw it up and go get it, like jump ball receivers.
Next is up. I think it's the Jets. Yep.
The Jets. I had an interesting pick. I don't think you'll go the same way, but I'm gonna see.
Do you think Tyler Huntley's better than Zach Wilson?
I do, but I had a different quarter. I had a quarterback, but a different one.
Quarterback. Man, you need to put him on our list. That's all I gotta say.
In the first round.
Oh,
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. I would not be mad at it. I mean, you could go so many ways. Jordan Love. I kind of don't hate that pick. I was thinking O-line just because this guy slid so far compared to what,
Yeah.
he went and actually how good he is and Tristan Wirfs, but I'm biting your pick, bro. I'm not going to lie. I like Jordan. Taking Jordan Love to the Jets. I mean,
bro, the Jets,
you look at it
they're a quarterback away. If you ask any Jets fans, they're like, bro, if we have any quarterback outside of Zach Wilson, Mike White, I don't even know who the other dude that started the game.
Joe Flacco,
and who was the other
the best one?
No, the one that came in with Mike White when they played the Jags. I don't know. Some quarterback that shouldn't be playing, bro. Either way, throw in Jordan Love. You got those weapons. You got Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Breece Hall, hopefully coming back healthy. Great running back. That young defense, they'll be able to get stops. So put a quarterback like Jordan Love in. I think he'll definitely be able to take this team to the playoffs. I mean, if you have anyone other than Zach Wilson, you're most likely going to be in the playoffs. So
anytime they were shown on Red Zone, it was low lights.
Exactly. So I think that was a good pick. And I like where you were thinking with Huntley. But, yeah, Jordan Love is who I picked.
I forgot Jordan. He's irrelevant, bro.
Yeah, he's sitting there in Green Bay.
Just warming that cold-ass bench.
And number 12 for the Raiders. This was looking back at this draft, the Raiders had a wild draft. And this was just the first round. They took Henry Ruggs. Don't think he'll be taken in this first round considering he killed someone or the DUI. But this is where the fall for Tristan Wirfs stops. I mean, still, they're kind of in the same place where they just need so much stuff on this team, kind of in the same way here. He needed a lot. Obviously, quarterback is on the board here, but, I mean, now that Jordan Love is off the board, Tyler Huntley's the next best thing. Do you want to take him here with Las Vegas? Not really. So, for me, I just kind of went, best player available. Raiders Online hasn't been the best. Throw Tristan Wirfs there and kind of hope, Jarrett Stidham or Jimmy G or whoever be able to help your franchise. So give him Tristan Wirfs, shore up that O-line.
This is just another. I got all the NFC South. Is that what I'm picking this draft? This team also needs a lot. You could just take a player, best player available, but you don't want to do that at all. I mean, they need a fucking quarterback, bro. I think Tyler Huntley's a reach right now, big time. You could go. They already got a good O-line. I think I might just mess everything up. Just go take some crazy. They drafted this person in this draft. Why not? Let's go Antoine Winfield.
I don't hate it. I had someone else there, but I mean, I get it. Antoine Winfield shares up that secondary. They needed him, so.
Yeah, I mean, they got him later in the draft, but he deserves to be up there when healthy.
All right. So 49ers, this is where I originally had Trayvon Diggs, and I thought in that offense or in that defense, it'd be absolutely crazy. But there's another player that slid down my draft board that I had literally the pick before this. That's Chase Young.
Yeah.
So here, this is kind of banking on Chase Young being healthy and that upside. And when he is healthy, he's he's a good pass rusher. Really good his rookie year, just kind of injuries. But if you throw him on this 49ers D-line with Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year. Kind of let him take that secondary pass rush role where, all the pressure isn't on him. I think that'll be a crazy, crazy pass rush, and he'll fit right in. So, 2 freaks, 2 Ohio State legends on that 49ers D-line. Let them go run at the quarterback. So, I got the 49ers taking Chase Young.
Yeah, I like that pick. You could have went somewhere else, too, with it, but they already got some young talent on the DB side of things. Denver, I mean, you could go just with the pick they got. In my opinion, there's a couple different ways. Wouldn't be mad at any of them. I think they need a running back. It's way too early for
Javonte Williams. Is he healthy? Gonna be healthy? Yeah. I thought about that too here, but I want to.
I think you just keep Jerry Jeudy, bro. I mean,
Jeudy.
He's your wide receiver 1. Am I skipping someone? Did we take someone already? I don't think we did. Wide receiver, Oklahoma. Did you take?
I took. Yeah. There's another receiver I would have took over him. Who I had originally going to the Browns, but we'll wait on that.
Oh no, T Higgins we took.
I said originally. I took T Higgins because you took
originally receiver. Damn.
Nah, you took Jerry Jeudy. That's cool.
You going Michael Pittman?
Nah.
That's what. Yeah, I'm just going. I think he's better than him, bro. If that's who you're thinking of, I'm going Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, you know what? I didn't. He's not here. It's Brendan Ayuk.
Oh, he's in the draft board.
Oh yeah, he was there. He was in the first round. Yeah.
I just think Ayuk's kind of a product. Not really a product of the system. He's very talented and very skilled. I mean, I don't think Jerry Judy's been getting the chances as Ayuk kind of does. He started. I think it turned out to the last 2 games of the season.
Yeah, and I mean, plus now we know like he kind of has that number 1 connection with Russ. So in my mind, I had Jerry Jeudy to Denver, but I don't know. I think I would have went Ayuk over Jeudy. Yeah, but I mean, either way,
both of them. Yeah. I'm not.
All right, 16 for the Falcons. Let me see who's still here. I know who I have picked, but okay, Brendan Ayuk is still. I don't think I'm gonna take him here. They just got Drake London. They got Kyle Pitts. I'm gonna stick with my original pick here. I'm gonna go Javon Kinlaw, solid interior pass rusher for the 49ers. And that Falcons team, they need a lot of stuff. Pass rush is one of them. There's no really great edge rushers available right now, so I'll just go with interior pass rush. I know they got Grady Jarrett, but you can move Javon Kinlaw around just a little bit, help that pass rushing. I think at this point, that's just the best pick.
I'm not mad. This pick, man, is Cowboys up at 17. This is where they took CD, obviously. Not here.
Yeah.
Trayvon's already off the board. I think,
the Cowboys are also a really big loser in this draft because they lost their number 1 and number 2
So
players.
it's like you kind of got to replace them with the receiver.
Corner. Yeah.
And it's like...
That's what I do.
You could go a couple different routes. Is this where you go Ayuk? Do you really buy into the Michael Pittman hype? I think you go Ayuk here.
Definitely.
17 to the Cowboys.
Yeah. I don't hate that. My original one, I had Mike Pittman, but if Ayuk's on the board, I'm going Ayuk over Pittman.
Yeah, that's what Pittman. I think Pittman could be more of like he's more that wide receiver 1 build just because Ayuk's smaller and like he's more of an inside guy when it comes to playing in the slot. So,
but I think
it fit Dak well though.
Outside. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would have went with. I don't hate it. All right, got your Dolphins, number 18. This is a pretty easy pick for me. Dolphins are a pretty complete team. You can go on defense, look at a few things here, but ultimately, I went running back and I took Jonathan Taylor. That was kind of a position you guys were trying to address, throughout the season. You brought in some older guys, some veterans. But ultimately, I think if you put in, a solid number 1 receiver or running back, like Jonathan Taylor, who a year ago was the best running back in the league. Banged up this year, but I think he'll really, really, flourish in that West Coast offense, that Mike McDaniels runs, that zone schemes, and kind of, help take some pressure off of Tua at times. You got Tyreek Hill, you got Jalen Waddle. The pass game, we know what it is. It's super explosive. Throw Jonathan Taylor back there, add a little balance, and this is arguably the best talent offensive-wise, in the league. It's going to be up there. Like, in terms of weapons, I don't know if there's a better situation.
Yeah, I'm not mad. You pair it up with Raheem Mostert, and I think it's a good spot for the Finns to be at. I mean, right there, I think they went Austin Jackson.
Yeah. I think you take Jonathan Taylor over it.
The Dolphins just missed. Shout out Brian Flores, man. If there's one thing he did is lead a fucking terrible draft class in 20. 3 first-rounders.
Yeah.
Next up, got who is it? The Raiders. Yeah.
Back on the board.
Another bad 2020 draft.
Damien
Arnett posting the drums on, what was it, Instagram?
Posted with the sticks.
Yeah. Here for the Raiders, once again, I mean, they're in need of a quarterback. They're in that rebuild mode almost. You still got Waller. You still got Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. Will he get moved? I don't think Tyler Huntley's a pick here. Could go trying to get that defense right. And I think this guy's still on the board, man. Just go out and get a DB. And, I mean, there's really nothing you could do. There's no quarterback on the board.
Yeah.
So I'm going L'Jarius Sneed.
That's what I mean, yeah. I mean,
fast, speedy, good size on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Balled out this year.
I mean, they picked a corner here. They just get a better one.
Yeah, one that's actually in the league.
Yeah. Not mad at it. That's what I had them taking as well. So the Raiders, they walk away with who they take earlier? Because we picked Tristan Wirfs. Yeah, so Wirfs and L'Jarius Sneed. That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Just need a quarterback.
Yeah. The Jags. So originally, this is where I had Antoine Whitfield sliding for me, because earlier I took T. Higgins, got on that receiver, and then took Antoine Whitfield. Who did you take earlier for the Jags?
Jags. I went defense, I think, right?
You did, yeah.
I think I took AJ Terrell.
You did take AJ Terrell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you adjust secondary. So I'm gonna just go back on the offensive side of the ball. Give him another receiver, but down the board, I'm going to go with Michael Pittman. I mean, Calvin Ridley coming back. He's more of that deep threat, route runner separator down the field. And then you get a guy like Michael Pittman who just catches pretty much everything inside the numbers, outside the numbers, can line up inside, outside. It's a really, really sure-handed receiver. Not too versatile in terms of, beating guys downfield or running past dudes. But if you throw the ball up to Michael Pittman, anywhere in his vicinity, there's a good chance he comes down with it. And, Evan Ingram, he signed a 1-year deal. You got Christian Kirk, who signed that big deal, but he'll be a nice slot guy, number 3, if you put Calvin Ridley and Mike Pittman on the outside. Zay Jones, I mean, what is he really? He had a decent year this year, but, I mean, you can get Michael Pittman, kind of, just add more juice for Trevor Lawrence, make that offense more explosive, try to unlock that next level. I don't hate it at all. So I got the Jags going Michael Pittman.
Next up is your team, man. It's the Philadelphia Eagles picking 21, and this is what they're known for, picking Jalen Reagor in this spot instead, Jay Jets. But
yes,
I don't think they need a wide receiver right now.
No. So
I'm not going to go ahead and draft Chase Claypool or anybody like that.
I would be upset.
I think they need that interior D-line, They signed Sue. He's an older player.
I don't hate it. But there's another. I picked someone else.
Did you go running back or
no?
No,
because you got to think who went early in this draft.
Who went early in this draft? Jalen Hurts.
You don't have a quarterback.
Oh shit! You drafted Tyler Huntley. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Damn, yeah, they don't got Hurts.
You took him in the second round this year.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know who. Yeah, I'm down with Tyler Huntley. I mean, they need a quarterback. Kind of just like a knockoff with Jalen Hurts. I don't know, Lamar Jackson. So I'm not mad at it. Tyler Huntley, think the Eagles got to reach for a quarterback in this draft.
Yeah, and I mean, if there's any team that he would have the best chance to succeed on, it'd be the Eagles.
Baltimore, Philly, yeah.
I mean, well, no, I think he'd be better on Philly. The best O-line,
He'd be better, but I'm just saying, like, system-wise.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, we're running the same shit. He's an athletic quarterback. Run with him. He's got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith to throw to. He'll have time in the pocket. Good running game. We got a few, couple running backs back there. I think this would be, his best chance of succeeding. But I mean, it's Tyler Huntley, so you don't feel too great about it. But you hope. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler. Hopefully, there's some upside there.
I mean, we're talking about biggest losers. You might as well throw the Eagles.
The Eagles are in there as well. Yes, we don't get Jalen Hurts.
That's tough.
It is. So for 22, we got the Minnesota Vikings. They're another big loser. In this pick, they took Justin Jefferson. Unfortunately, he was the first non-quarterback taken in this draft. So he's not here. So for them, they're kind of in a weird position. And I'm thinking, this year their team was just bad on defense. So kind of wanted to address the defensive side of the ball. And I went Jeff Okudah here. Kind of had a rocky first year. Was not really good at all. Turned up kind of last year and this year a little bit. Showed strides of improvement. Went kind of quiet towards the end of the season. But, I mean, there's definitely something there with Jeff Okudah. He's not a horrible cornerback. But, I mean, here at pick 22, kind of, all the top edge talent. Like, you're not getting the A.J. Terrell or Trayvon Diggs. So, at pick 22, you got to settle with a Jeff Okudah, who is a solid cornerback. So, at this point, Minnesota just needs any kind of help on that defense. So get them Jeff Okudah, who can play the boundary corner for them.
And pick 23 is the Chargers. I like that pick for Minnesota too. I mean, you lose out wide receiver 1. Not much you could do there. You could have went with receiver, but I think it's a little bit too early.
Yeah.
Here with 23, I mean, the Chargers took Kenneth Murray. You could go linebacker here and go with Jordan Brooks.
Could.
I don't think he's the best player available at the time. I'm trying to think who's on that Seahawks D line. I don't think they got really a D line, to be honest, when it comes to interior.
Well, the Chargers?
The Chargers, yeah, not the Seahawks.
Yeah, no.
So, I wouldn't be mad if they took Derek Brown in this spot. He kind of slid.
Yeah, that's who I had right here.
Solid player.
Yeah.
I think,
add a little pass rush upside.
Yeah. And really, I mean, the Chargers in a whole, they don't have Justin Herbert.
No. All the good
whole
quarterbacks
team.
are off.
That's the whole team right there. I don't even know. Who do we take with the 6th pick?
We took.
That was you.
They took the offensive lineman, Andrew Thomas. Yeah.
Andrew Thomas. So, yeah, you're just building kind of cornerstone pieces, trying to pray you get a quarterback free agent or trade.
We know how bad that Chargers run defense is. Hopefully Derek Brown can help a little bit.
So I'm going with Derek Brown.
Yeah. So pick 24, I got the Saints. Now this was, bro, like all of these teams, like kind of like after the Chargers, it's like, or including the Chargers, it's kind of like no man's land. Like they're like all these teams are in weird positions, and the Saints are one of those teams where you don't really have a quarterback. I mean, receiver, you got Chris Olave. It's not a main need. O-line, maybe you could look at. But ultimately, I kind of wanted to, help buff up this defense. I was thinking about corner. They already got Marshawn Lattimore. You could go safety here, but we just know safeties don't really go in the first round. So I was thinking, and I'm like, they have DeMario Davis, but throwing Isaiah Simmons next to him, and I think that'd be a really, really interesting pairing. Isaiah Simmons, another one of those players in this draft that kind of started off slow, but, with a few years in the league, kind of found his footing, kind of found his role playing that hybrid linebacker spot. And I think you put him on the Saints defense that has a lot of talent. That way, you got Cam Jordan playing next to a linebacker like DeMario Davis, Marshawn Lattimore on the outside, a lot more talent than the Arizona Cardinals. I think it'll be a lot more comfortable for him. He won't have to, carry some giant load like he did in Arizona where they're asking him to, rush the passer, play safety, play linebacker, cover the slot. Here in the Saints offense, he'll have his own defined role, covering the middle, locking up those tight ends and stuff and filling gaps in the run game. So I like Isaiah Thomas. I think it adds a nice, strong piece to the Saints defense.
And now you go to one of the more sure-handed teams on this back end, the Niners. I mean, not really missing a spot. You don't know what they kind of need to draft. They took Brandon Ayuk here at 25, not available.
No.
So you might as well, I mean, the Niners did a great job on this draft. You might as well plug and play someone. Darnell Mooney's the name I think of.
That's who I took.
But going for that real deep threat, man. I might be reaching here.
That's
Give
funny.
Me the UCF legend, man, Gabe Davis right here.
Oh, big game Gabe.
Yep. Big play Gabe, man. Shout out Sanford legend from Sanford, Florida, UCF Knight, man. Listen, in all honesty, Darnell Mooney might be a little bit better, but Gabe Davis, a deep threat. He's got big size, big playability. Brandon Ayuk, sort of that underneath guy. You already got George Kittle, Deebo Samuel. Take care of that. Just go ahead and let him be the number 3 receiver. He's the number 2 in Buffalo. Sort of didn't really take a step forward this year. Kind of just plateaued. It might have been because of the Josh Allen injury.
Yeah. And
just how they were playing. But give me Gabe Davis in this spot.
In that 49ers offense, they'll figure out a way to get him the ball downfield. Yeah. I like it. That's a good pick. At 26, we got the Packers here. This is where they took Jordan Love, and this is where I originally had Gabe Davis. So I'm just gonna flip it and take Darnell Mooney. Yeah. This was kind of interesting because I'm like, oh, Jordan Love's off the board. I'm like, damn, they need a quarterback. There's no quarterbacks. But then in my mind, I'm like, they don't draft Jordan Love. They're just gonna keep Rodgers. So you got Aaron Rodgers here. We're doing the very unpacker-like thing and taking a receiver or skill position in the first round. But I think Darnell Mooney, he'll fit perfectly in that offense. You got Christian Watson, kind of that big athlete, physical guy where he can just run down the field, get stuff done underneath. Alan Lazard, pending free agent, he said in the interview that that was his last game in Lambeau as a Packer. So is he going to come back? Not too sure. I mean, you have one of the best quarterbacks, of our generation. He can still sling the ball. Give him Darnell Mooney. When he was healthy his first 2 years, he was a really good receiver. He'll be a nice number 2. I don't think there's like a really big step up in between Darnell Mooney and Christian Watson. I do think Darnell Mooney is better, but it's not like, Devontae Adams. Yeah. But I mean, at this point, you have Aaron Rodgers. To give him a guy like Darnell Mooney, he'll turn him into a very nice, serviceable receiver. So pair those guys up on the outside. I think the Packers, could have gone a lot worse here. So I'm going to take Darnell Mooney, number 26.
I like it. Next up, Seahawks 27. Pick Jordan Brooks here. I wouldn't be mad at them kind of retaking him. Had a solid year. You look at it, Geno Smith, how many years does he have left? You could draft a guard in this spot. There's a couple of them on the board.
Yeah.
So I kind of think that's where I'm going to could go Jordan Brooks. He was a big tackle guy sitting at the inside linebacker position.
Mm-hmm.
You look at it, I mean, I might as well go with a guy like, you might go Rob Hunt here. He's a left guard, a right guard. Did a lot for the Dolphins this year, swinging him around. There's a lot of injuries, and he's become one of the more reliable linemen on that Miami team. Watch him. You don't hear much about him. O-lineman as good. You don't hear about him. So I'm going to beef up that O-line, get a guard for the Seahawks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. Rob Hunt's been one of the more consistent pieces on the O-line for the Dolphins. Try to, give Geno Smith some more protection. They got 2 nice tackles in this past draft, so add some interior help. Don't hate that at all. You can never have too many good linemen. So I am at number 28 for the Ravens, correct? I'm going to continue the guard trend. I'm going to take Michael Onwenu. He was, solid guard for the Patriots. He's really good as well. In this scenario, Lamar Jackson's still there. They do still need some weapons on the outside. I was kind of looking. Ooh, they don't have a running back either.
Did we take Mekhi Becton
Actually,
yet?
No, we didn't. I'm looking at this, and I just realized this was the J.K. Dobbins draft.
Yeah, it was.
So they don't have J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, he was picked, second round?
Ooh,
third?
I think second or third. You know what? Here I have Michael Onwenu, who's a really good guard and would help the Ravens.
This is where they went Patrick Queen.
But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the second running back here. I'm going to take DeAndre Swift. I like him.
I like
in this offense with Lamar Jackson. Not too many passing weapons, but add DeAndre Swift, elite threat out the backfield. Another person Lamar can get the ball to. Don't have too many, receivers on that team, but just another pass catching help. And you know how important running the ball is in this offensive system. I know they do have a new offensive coordinator, but regardless, with a guy like Lamar Jackson on that team, they're gonna want to run the ball, especially in that AFC North where everyone just running the ball is so important. Those cold weather games. So give me DeAndre Swift, an explosive, elite athlete out of the backfield. I like that pick. Bunch of fantasy points in that backfield.
Nah, you're not lying. The Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, this is a bad pick.
Did they have a quarterback? I don't know.
Yeah.
They took Isaiah Wilson. You could go. Well, we haven't taken Mekhi Becton.
We haven't.
I mean, they drafted an offensive tackle in this spot.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive line, they got some solid pieces. Back end, they got a couple good pieces. You could improve there, but I think at this spot you just go Mekhi Becton.
Yeah,
good offensive tackle.
Just the injury is the only thing that kind of scared me.
Yeah, but
I mean, when he's not injured, he was a really good tackle, but it's just two kind of major injuries that scare me away from taking him.
I mean,
but I don't hate it. Baking on the upside.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans, they really, because you got Tannehill, and then you got Derrick Henry. You could draft a running back. You don't know how many years Derrick Henry. But what's the point of that? There's no quarterbacks on the board. Is Malik Willis to answer? Well, let's get him some offensive line. Let's get a good blocker. They let go of Taylor Lewan. Yeah. So it just happened, I think, today or yesterday. So you go ahead and get Mekhi Becton, add some help to that tackle position.
All right. The Miami Dolphins back on the board with their third pick. We had them take Tua.
Igbo Island.
Yeah. They took Tua and then Jonathan Taylor, right? So offense is straight. Although
you did take JT.
Michael Onwenu was here. I had him going earlier, but I switched that. That's an interesting pick. And you don't get Robert Hunt now, so that would be a big need.
Yeah, you don't get Rob Hunt.
But for me, I think you get, new defensive coordinator. Vic Fangio's coming over. Defense was a big, big question mark for Miami last season down the stretch. A lot of injuries, a couple guys getting older. I think Javon Holland was the year after this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had Javon Holland and Brandon Jones on the back end of the safeties. You
know what? They took a corner here. I don't hate it. Originally, I took a pass rusher.
Was it Highsmith?
I took Highsmith, but you guys have I'm blanking. What's his name?
Hold up. Brandon Jones was picked in the 2020 draft. So we're missing a safety. I will say that.
Okay.
And he's really, I didn't even know he was 2020. I thought he was 21 with Javon,
But pass rush wise, D-line, you guys have Phillips.
Yeah. You got Phillips. You got Bradley Chubb locked up.
I forgot about Bradley Chubb.
Melvin Ingram. Not sure if he's still on contract.
Christian Wilkins on the interior.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about Bradley Chubb. So I know who I'm going with. I'm going to take Jalen Johnson, the corner. Very, very solid corner in Chicago. Playing. He's been quiet. He's in Chicago, so not a lot of people hear about him. But I think he is better than Noah, however you want to say his last name.
Igababami, something like that.
Jalen Johnson, he's a really, really solid corner. But like I said, he's in Chicago. No one really knows about him. Quietly, he's a top corner, elite guy. So I think Jalen Johnson really helps out that secondary and that back end. I mean, how much longer does X have? Byron Jones, has he played a full season since you guys signed him? He's always banged up.
He didn't play the snap.
Yeah, a lot of injuries. So bringing a guy like Jalen Johnson, young, physical corner, really good in coverage. I think that adds a lot of help to that back end, kind of help up that defense.
Not mad at it. Because they can still get a safety in the second round, third round, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
safeties, like, they just never go early, you know? So there's going to be talent there.
And there's still, like, first-round safeties up here. I think Winfield's the only one that's off the board.
Yeah.
So, I like that pick. Yeah. Don't know what Byron Jones is doing. Don't have Noah Igabagami, who kind of just showed some flashes this year. Still one of the great corners in the league, but you mentioned his age. So, I like this pick. And I think Jalen Johnson slid a little. So
yeah, he definitely could have gone earlier.
That's a good value.
Yeah.
Vikings here, 31. They don't have Jay Jets. So I think I'm going to go wide receiver here at 31. We still got a couple guys on the board. I think I'm going to go with Chase Claypool here at 31. Big physical receiver. We didn't take him. With Adam Thielen on the outside, they got T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Get a wide receiver on the outside for Kirk Cousins, showing he needs it, and kind of just fill the role at this point.
Yeah, with no Jay Jets, they definitely need some help on that offensive side of the ball. Don't hate it. So the last pick, we have the Chiefs. And originally I had them going defense, but Michael Onwenu guard slid to this spot, so I'm just going to take online, give Patrick Mahomes more protection. I mean, with the Chiefs, all you really need to do is just draft defense and O-line, and Mahomes will take care of the rest. So I went defense originally. I took Jeremy Chin here. But Michael Onwenu slid. You can never have too much protection for a guy like Patrick Mahomes. Just only make him that much better. Very, very solid offensive lineman. Great guard for the Patriots, who's kind of moved around a little bit. Played some tackle for them. Played both guard positions. So Michael Onwenu is the last pick of our draft.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it at all. They took CEH in that spot, and you already know they're going in the direction of Isaiah Pacheco probably for the future.
I mean,
CEH he just hasn't been healthy.
And, I mean, you got a guy like Pacheco in the 7th round when you draft the CEH. Like,
I don't know where Andy Reid or whoever the Chiefs GM is, bro, because they drafted Kareem Hunt and obviously let him go after the not even allegations, after his incident.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
and then you go get CEH, played good his first season, got injured, then you get Pacheco on the 7th. It's like
bring in Jerick McKinnon, free agent on like a
little
vet minimum. He's 10 fucking receiving touchdowns. Like, yeah.
So yeah, I like it. That concludes our 2020 draft. Just to run through these top 5. I don't even remember them, so let's just move on. I think we mentioned them when we passed the top 5.
It was Burrow,
Herbert.
Hurts. No,
Hurts.
Justin Herbert, Justin Jefferson, and Tua.
Yeah, so Burrow, Jalen Hurts, J. Herbs.
This is a pretty good draft now I'm looking back at it. Very top heavy, but it was a good draft.
You're still getting good back end productions, and Henry Ruggs, probably one of the better receivers, and you might see him up in here. But
which pick did you like the best, or like one that you remember like that stood out for you
in our redraft?
Yeah, the one we did.
Dolphins keep Tua. I like I like that Browns pick you had.
T. Higgins to the Browns.
I really like that Browns pick you had because they do need that receiver help. Deshaun Watson, you're paying him the biggest bag of all time, and you need to get him some help. Just get him that deep threat. And I mean, now it doesn't really get him the deep threat. He's a deep threat, not a speed guy, but it just opens up the offense. DPJ against the third best corner. Now he's not working against a 2 guy. Exactly. He's getting that separation that he needs.
And you got 2 guys on the outside who can beat number 1.
Yeah, exactly. So. Amari Cooper, one of the best route runners in the game. So I love that pick. And, you could have went safety because they don't know what they're doing with John Johnson with his cap hit. Do they want to take it? Do they don't? But we'll see.
It was too early for safety. Plus, it's the offensive league, In the AFC, Deshaun Watson, just go out there and score some points.
Yeah, you got about 4 months, or not even 4. You got a couple months before that snow, and then you're just running the ball all game. But That's what happens when you play in the AFC North with no dome. Moving on, man. We're gonna do some hot or nots, and I guess my hot or not didn't save because it's the same one from last week. I'm gonna let you start it off because I remember mine, but
just real quick, going back to the draft before we do hot or nots.
Go ahead.
Just touch on some of the notable players that we didn't take. You know, a couple of names that we let slide.
Let's do that.
We didn't take Jordan Brooks. He fell out of the first round, and in my mock, I actually had him going back to the Seahawks at 27.
Yeah, it kind of.
We didn't take Alex Highsmith. Kind of quiet, but had a really, really good year this year with T.J. Watt injured. Didn't take Patrick Queen, who the Ravens took, who kind of, now playing alongside who's from the Bears? Oh, the linebacker, Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
He's kind of stepped up. He's, freak athlete, speedy guy. Jeremy Chin, I had in the first as well. Really good safety for the Panthers. He slipped. Running backs, A.J. Dillon, Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins. If you want to touch Antonio Gibson, maybe. Those were all the guys that were notable there. We pretty much, all the receivers, the only ones that are still here, the only one is Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
And then, if you want to...
he won in the second anyways.
Yeah, if you want to take Marquez Callaway or Isaiah Hodgins, sure. Those are names you can throw out there.
Cole Kmet could... I think...
Tight end. There was really... I just threw Cole Kmet on the list just because there was a tight end, but, I
think the Chiefs could have took him there and then just went 2 tight ends, but...
Yeah, back up for Kelsey. I don't hate it, but,
And then we let Matt Hennessy slide, too.
Matt Hennessy fell out, yeah. Jonathan Greenard, he kind of slid out too. He had a solid season for the Texans last year. I think he got injured this year, but Logan Wilson, Willie Gay Jr., a couple linebackers, but linebackers don't really go high, and there were a lot better linebackers above him. And yeah, corner, Isaiah Rodgers, really, really good slot corner for the Colts. He slipped out, but that's another one of those positions that slot corner just doesn't really get drafted in the first round.
We didn't take Kenneth Murray, did we?
No.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
Hasn't even really been that good either. So
not at all.
He slipped. And then safeties, we kind of touched on Jeremy Chin, Kyle Duggar, Xavier McKinney, Cam Curl. A bunch of really, really good solid safeties. Antoine Whitfield Jr., the only one that went in the first round. So
yeah,
those are the people we left out. Didn't get drafted. Can only pick so many with 32.
Yeah, especially with the quarterbacks shaking up. Hurts not sliding.
Mm-hmm.
Not much you could do. The only quarterback left was Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, and that was late down the board.
Yeah. And you had to because the Eagles didn't have a quarterback.
Nope. But yeah, that sums up our 2020 redraft. That was fun. We might do some more redrafts coming in the off season. Content gets a little slow, but it was fun. It was interesting.
I like that. It was definitely fun. Especially that we didn't match up our picks.
Exactly. Yeah, you sniped a few of my players, but it's all good. We made it
exactly
work.
What I came here to do. Is reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What? Hit us with that. Hot or not?
All right. Hot or not? With the Eagles losing both of their coordinators, offensive and defensive, they will take a step back next season.
That's a hot take. I'm pretty sure Eagles fans are glad that one of them's gone and their defensive coordinator. They're like, the memes I saw when he got to Arizona.
Did you see like the videos of him like meeting the players,
dapping up the players?
Yeah, when he was talking to Rondale Moore.
I didn't like hear the video. I was at work when I watched it, but I just watched it happen and they were killing him in the comments.
Yeah, bro, he's just making a bunch of weird noises and it was funny.
The offensive side of the ball, yeah, you're taking a little bit of a hit, but you still got Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts. He's coming off the best season he's had in his career, MVP caliber. That offense is clicking on all cylinders. Really don't. Offensive coordinator matters, but I don't think it's going to be so drastic to where, they drop out and don't make the playoffs. Like, you know, I mean, they might not win. Would they win 13 games, 14 games?
I think it was 14.
14 games. I don't think they'll hit 14 games. So, even if they kept them. But either way, regardless, I think the Eagles would be just fine. And pretty happy with one of them gone. So, it is what it is. The Eagles are going to be straight, man. After they let up the 2 touchdowns, just when Nate sent us the video to the group chat, still thinking about how Jarrett McKinnon and KT were just wide open on the same play.
Sky Moore.
Oh, yeah, Sky Moore and KT wide open. And, I mean, it's true. Miscommunication on the back end that comes from coaching and just not knowing your assignments. Just leaving players wide open in the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. It's a tough.
Yeah. Is yours football or basketball related?
Mine's basketball.
All right, so I'll just move into basketball since mine is basketball related as well. Hot or not, the Milwaukee Bucks are the team to beat in the East.
Let's say it's not a hot take at all because you look up and down. Chris Middleton, you're going to get him healthy. Giannis, he's got a little bit of a hand injury. Drew Holiday, he's an all-star for the first time in, 8-10 years.
Some crazy shit.
He's probably the best two-way point guard there is right now in the league. Defensively, brings another intensity, high-motor player. Great floor general, can go get a bucket. So you look at it, you got Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday that could kind of be closers in late-game situations. So I think they really are. Yeah, you still got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, but when Giannis comes in, drops 40 points, 15 rebounds, and just his impact on both ends as well. I just think they're a better defensive team, even though Jaylen Brown's one of the better perimeter defenders as well and two-way players. I just don't think it matches well with the Bucks. I think they just got too many pieces, bro.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget about your boy, man.
On the Bucks?
Yeah, you forgot about Jay Crowder, man.
Nah, he's all right. I mean, he'll get it done. He's kind of playing that PJ Tucker role.
Yeah, pretty much.
He'll get you to the finals. I don't know about in the finals. He'll probably sell you there, but it also adds another good perimeter defender, 3-and-D type player.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Brooke Lopez
he's having a
damn near career season this year.
Yeah, he's revived his career he's back in 27. He's hooping. But I think there's another team that might be able to give the Bucks a run for their money, man. And so I'm just gonna lead off, man. Hot or not, Kevin Love will propel the Heat to a deep playoff appearance. So Eastern Conference Finals appearance at the least.
I'm going to say that is a hot take only because you put Kevin Love in there. Now, I do think he'll be, an important role for this team going down the stretch, but I think if the Heat do make a, big, deep playoff run, it won't be because of him. We know who it'll be because of. It'll be because of Jimmy and Bam stepping up and elevating his game in the postseason. Now, do I think Kevin Love could be a nice, number 3 or number 4 option if Tyler Hero, decides to step up? Yes, I do think so, but I don't think, this Kevin Love signing is going to be, the main reason the Miami Heat make a deep playoff run. Is he a nice asset? Will he help? 100%. I think he will add more spacing, more shooting. Defensively, he's kind of a liability, but ultimately, you just want him there to knock down open shots. The Miami Heat have been one of the worst three-point shooting teams this year, so bringing a veteran in like Kevin Love should help. A guy that always gets it done on the boards, smart guy, veteran presence in that locker room. Someone who has that championship experience. Going along, I think he's a great fit. He'll fit perfectly into that culture. With guys like Jimmy, like Bam, that just want to work hard. So I think it's a very nice addition. It'll be a nice pickup, but I don't think Kevin Love will be the reason the Heat make a deep playoff run.
So I think I just worded that wrong because the way you were talking, that's what I meant. But either way, I didn't think he was going to be fucking 2016 Kevin Love.
No, is he a nice addition that helps? Yeah, but I don't think he'll be.
It adds some much needed. I mean, the Heat really needed someone at the 4. They don't have any interior, like he's not even an interior presence, but just kind of big man that can grab a couple boards and spread the floor. They don't have that at all. So.
I mean, rebounding and shooting threes is literally the best things he's at, and that's what the Heat need.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need. That was my only hot or not for this week. So,
bro, what's up with Lowry, bro?
Dude, he's a bum.
I saw reports saying that like he sat down, and I saw another report saying like he sat down and talked to like management. It was like he's willing to like come off the bench. Like he wants to do like whatever it takes like to help the Heat win.
He said that. It's about time because.
But I mean, what does he even bring? Like,
I mean, off the bench. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. But
yeah,
I'd rather have Russ off the bench, to be honest. But
too bad. Clippers got him.
Everyone was hating on me when I said, "Oh, let's get Russ for Lowry." Oh, why would you want Westbrook? Oh, why would you want him? Now look at it, bro. I would have took Russ.
I don't know,
dude. I still would have like.
He won't fit that Heat team, bro.
I defended.
He doesn't fit that Heat team at all.
High motor, him and Jimmy. Jimmy would get him on that page.
No, bro.
Russ is a player that wants to win a championship right now in his career. He went on the bench on the Lakers. He took the back seat. Bro, I think Westbrook's a little bit misunderstood.
We literally just talked about how the Heat are one of the worst shooting teams.
Kyle Lowry can't shoot for shit, so
and Westbrook is worse.
He's basically the same.
I don't think it will.
Let's see what Westbrook's shooting.
I just don't. He doesn't help the Heat, bro. I think him and Kyle Lowry are like on the same level, bro.
I don't. I think if you put Russell Westbrook on the bench with the second unit, and you put take Kyle Lowry out of the equation, I think that second unit's fantastic for the Heat.
I don't know, bro.
So Russ is shooting 30% from 3.
Bro, Russ is like he literally becomes unplayable at times, bro.
But high motor player, bro. Kyle Lowry's shooting 33%, like. And Kyle Lowry's shooting 39% from the field while Russ is shooting 42%. So, I mean, he's making more field goals, less threes, more field goals.
I mean, bro, at this point, it's like...
I'm just saying, bro. I
don't think either one of them are going to, like, be a major, like, addition or a major help.
I think if
plus,
it's Russ,
even
bro.
If it is Russ, like, bro, it's going to be a rental, bro. He hasn't, like... Are you going to pay him all this money? Like, if you don't, especially in the East, it's loaded, bro. Like what is like your like what is your ideal with Westbrook? Like, what is Russell Westbrook signs with let's say he doesn't go to the Clippers, he signs to the Heat. Like, what is like the best possible outcome if you bring in Russell Westbrook?
NBA title.
Because of Russ.
Not just because, but it just helps. Like, I think their NBA, like, I think their championship caliber team. Okay, I think.
So you think Russell Westbrook could help a team win the NBA Finals?
Yes.
So you think Russell Westbrook gives the Clippers a better chance now at winning the NBA Finals?
Yeah, they do. Better than John Wall.
Yeah, I mean, bro, they're both kind of. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, I've watched Kyle Lowry, bro, and I've watched Russell Westbrook too because they always throw the Lakers on TV. I would take Russell Westbrook 100% of the day. Kyle Lowry, just get him out. I tried to defend him in Toronto. He was a better player then. Now he's just dog shit. So,
bro, I don't think Russell Westbrook can help a team win a championship now. I don't know. It's just me, bro.
I think he can.
And he's not a long-term answer. Like, he doesn't really bring anything.
I'm not saying Kyle Lowry's not a long-term
No, I know.
answer.
I'm talking about in terms of Russell Westbrook.
Not at all. The Heat don't have Gabe Vincent's solid point guard, but is he a starting point guard? No. He can knock down the three, defend. He's a chippy player. I like him in that starting role. You get Westbrook off the bench, get you to get that spark plug and get that going. I mean, you still got Tyler Hero coming off the bench. Like, so you pair him up with Russ, maybe that second unit can get something done.
Maybe. I will say it'd be a better fit than the Lakers, so hopefully we see a better version of Russell Westbrook, but I don't know, man.
We'll see.
It's tough, bro. It's tough.
NBA All-Star Weekend. Friday had the celeb game. Didn't watch the Rising Stars game at all. Celeb game, DK Metcalf. It's probably the highlight of it, out there dunking and shit.
Miz hitting that half-court buzzer beater that didn't count.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
But Friday night, not really the best.
Yeah, Rising Star game. I mean, it's the Rising Stars game.
I used to love it.
But somebody was cooking, bro. Quentin Grimes.
Oh, yeah, he was cooking. I think they gave the MVP to DK, or am I tripping? I think he had like 25. I don't know.
No, I think DK had like 20 and 10.
Yeah, he was out there just doing DK-like things.
Did you see that NFL drug tested him after his All-Star game performance?
Bro, they said it was because of that video that...
Well, that video was fake.
Yeah, that's what I was like, bro.
You could easily tell looking at it.
Nobody thinks like... all right, good. Because I really thought the world was believing it.
Well, I guess the video and, the All-Star game performance kind of...
It was 2 for 2.
Warranted a drug test, yeah.
The really highlight for me this weekend was Saturday night.
I think Saturday night was the best night.
Yeah, for sure. Skills Challenge started off. Giannis, he didn't participate at all this weekend. So Drew Holiday took his spot. They were cooking Giannis. They were like... In the skills challenge, I think the first one was like the typical skills challenge where they have all 3 players go through like a course, pass, like shot, something. And I think it was the Giannis Bros, it was the Jazz, and then the Rooks. Yeah. So you had that. I think there was one in the middle. I think that's when the Giannis Bros won. But I just want to talk about the Jazz because they won about the skills challenge. It was Jordan Clarkson, Lauri Markkanen, and Colin Sexton. And Colin Sexton carried the Jazz the whole time. In the opening round and in the shooting, like Colin Sexton was carrying this team. Oh, the second one was like this weird ass passing thing.
Yeah,
it was like three hoops, like 3 targets. It was pretty weird, but it was fun to watch. Colin Sexton, it was good to see him out there. He's had a quiet year, kind of a down year than what people expected. He's been kind of
injured too.
Yeah. So it was good. It was just fun to see him out there being Colin Sexton. He's a high energy player. Talk about like a spark plug. Mm-hmm. So, and in Utah, showed the home fans some love. 3-point contest. Now, who did you pick for you? You said you wanted Hero. But was that your actual pick for the 3-point contest?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was.
He did not good.
Yeah, not good at all.
Well, at least he didn't do it as bad as Herter.
That was really bad.
He was right there, though.
Halliburton cooked first round 31.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Buddy Hield, he cooked. That was my pick. He lost. And then Dame, the guy, I think they said he grew up like 4 miles away outside of the city of Salt Lake. He had his old college jersey on. It was really cool.
Yeah.
NBA allowed him to do it. Adam Silver and hometown kid, Dame Lillard. I think that was his 3rd time being in a 3-point contest. And he won. It was his first time winning. They were interviewing him before. He was like, "This is the first time. This is my last time if I don't win." Like, he's like, "I'm done."
I saw that, yeah.
And Jit won, so I guess he's spoken in existence. And then the dunk contest, obviously, best dunk contest we had in a long time. There was a couple ups and downs. First time they let a G League player in, what does he do? Mac McClung wins that shit.
Put on for the white boys, man.
Definitely did, bro. Just everyone's reactions and all the memes after. Like, I was watching this when he jumped over 2 people. I don't know who they were. It was like someone on someone's shoulders. They were big, bro. And he got up there. I was like, damn. And I think might have been Trey Murphy had a good dunk in the first round. There were some good dunks out there. It was
kind of Mac McClung's show. He kind of stole the show.
No, the ending definitely stole. But I'm telling you, in that first round, there was some good dunks.
Yeah, Jericho Sims had a dunk where he put both of his arms in the rim.
Yeah.
I think that was in the first round.
Yeah, and then he did it again in the second round.
Yeah, and it
was a second dunk.
After that, it was kind of like...
Yeah, it was like they were running back the same dunk. The first one was tough. They were like, oh, he didn't put it in. I think it was who grabbed the paper. It was like
Jericho.
Yeah, Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's when he put the one hand in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there he was trying to be flashy with it, and sometimes you
fucked it
do a
up.
little too much. Yeah,
Rip the paper and all.
yeah, he just kind of stabs you in the back right there. But you're not lying. Mac McClung stole the show. It was that Drewski video he sent courtside. He was like, drug test me. It was like, oh man, just everyone's reactions. Pascal Siakam, he had like the old camcorder out. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. Pascal just looks like he should not be in the NBA, bro. He's just wearing regular fits. He should not be in the NBA.
It's an all-star, man. Put some respect on his name.
Giannis was killing Grant Williams. That way Giannis was taking a video. He was like, get your ugly ass off my screen.
Yeah.
I was like, dog, they're going to have to go rounds in the playoffs, bro. That was just funny to watch. But Mac McClung stole the show. Probably the only G League player to ever get drug tested. But one of the things I will say while we're at this halfway point, SGA, I think next week we should kind of do our midseason awards for basketball and who we pick.
Okay, we can do that.
But I got to talk about this before the second half of the season starts back up. SGA, he's my pick for MVP. Only player ever to average 30-plus points, 5-plus assists, 1-plus steal, 1-plus block, 50% from the field, and 90% plus from the line. If you take away the 90% from the line, I think it's just LeBron and Jordan ever do that in their career.
Mm-hmm.
And now SGA, if he shoots 90 with all those, he'll be the only player ever to do that. So for a guy that kind of, he was struggling a little bit. I mean, not struggling. He just wasn't living up to that potential he kind of had. And now he's putting on for OKC. Still, they got 40 draft picks coming up. But
yeah. Shea's balling. The only thing, he's deserving of the MVP, but I think
he's on OKC, yeah.
He doesn't get it. OKC doesn't win. And it's different in the NBA. Like, they really take winning into consideration unless you're, like, doing, like, some, like, crazy outlandish stuff. Like, Russ averaging that triple-double or Jokic the past few years where they've been winning, but, you know, just, like, his dominance, you know, on the offensive side of the ball. But it's different in NBA winners, so I don't think Shea has, honestly, a chance to win MVP. But, I mean, the stats and stuff.
Jokic.
Yeah, it's going to be Jokic. I think if we do the awards, definitely be up there for most improved. I think he'd be my pick for most improved player. But, I mean, he has a case. It's just the way the MVP voting goes. Like, they're not going to give it to the OKC.
Nah, I agree with
like
you.
A team in the play-in, MVP is not going to get it.
Yeah, I feel you. I agree with you. And then, forgot about Sunday for the All-Star game. You ain't miss shit if you didn't watch it, let me tell you that. I was watching, like, the first quarter, and I'm like...
Jason Tatum show.
Bro, just, like, kind of falling asleep. Like,
only Celtics fans enjoyed that All-Star
yeah, because
game.
it's Jaylen Brown versus Jason Tatum one-on-one show for a minute. It was, you know, it was cool seeing a couple dunks, but it's like I could just go on Instagram, watch that dunk, and save 20 minutes of my life. Just watching people run up and down and dunk the ball, chuck up a three, brick it, not even get back. Like,
no defense.
The one time LeBron played defense,
I think
he
it was
hurts himself.
Mike Malone who said that was the worst game of basketball ever played.
Nah, I was sitting in the second quarter, and I was like, bro, I could fall asleep right now.
Yeah.
It was like, it was unbearable. I was like, I know they don't play defense, but shit, that was non-existent. They're just...
I was listening to a podcast, a Trill Withers podcast, and they were talking about the All-Star game, whatever, like how there's no defense. And I guess Shea had an interview, and, you know, he was like, money talks, like, you know, so they were saying, like, they need more incentives. And then they brought up the idea of, like, you know, because I think the winning team got
$500,000.
$100,000. And the losing team got $25,000. So I guess, you know, you up the pool, make the winning team get like $1 million. Like each player gets $1 million. And then like the losing team still only gets $25,000. But they were like, to make it more competitive, it was like, bro, like the pool, like the money should come out of the players' paychecks. Yeah. So that way it's like if they lose, like they're losing their money, but like if they win, they get like
everyone should have when they sign a contract, a $1 million like add on.
Yeah, or like everybody puts like a certain amount of money into the pot, and
every NBA player would just decline the All-Star event at that time, a chance to lose $1 million.
Well, it wouldn't be $1 million they lose. It'll be because it's all the All-Stars combined, so they each put like a certain amount. So whatever it adds up to, like whatever whatever that number is, where each person can get $1 million, and then each person gets $25K. So it wouldn't be
$250,000 each put in.
or whatever. Yeah, or put like incentives and contracts. Like if you win the All-Star game, you get like a $3 million bonus or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. But I thought that was funny. It's like them players put like their money into the pot like that.
What? That shit gambling, bro. You might as well kick everybody out of the league.
At that point, bro, like if you got the money coming out your paycheck, bro, like come on now, you're not trying to lose that shit. Like you got your money on the line, fam.
They'll just stay home, bro. They're like, nah, fuck the Hall of Fame. I'll keep my fucking.
No, why? Because then it's like you win $1 million. Because if you win, you make money. But if you lose, it's like betting, bro. Like the upside. But they don't want to get hurt. Pick a number to make that upside worth it.
They rather stay healthy and keep the money. And they probably just don't even care about the mill at that point.
Nah, I think
for guys like LeBron, you think a mill is really driving him like, let's go get it, bro. Like, no. Maybe for like Ant Edwards,
like
he's probably like,
someone,
yeah.
I think it'll make it more competitive because it's your money.
I think they should do that's how they do home court, bro. That's how the MLB used to do it, and I don't think they do it anymore. But whoever wins gets home court in the finals. Just keep it Eastern and Western Conference home court. It's the only way to make it somewhat competitive because they're gonna want home court if they get to the finals.
Yeah,
that's how it was. But
then it's like, does the regular season really matter? Like, I mean, I guess during the playoffs you would have home court and stuff, but you would want that in the finals too.
Yeah, like so you better go in the All-Star game.
But then it's like, what if like a team? I guess like, I mean,
yeah,
you got a bunch of All-Stars, like you got tanking. Players in there.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say like, what if there's like a really good team, like they just don't have like any All-Stars? So like,
you'll have at least one.
Yeah, that's what I was like. But I mean, I don't know. That's weird.
I mean, it's one game you can't win on the road. Yeah, you get the 1 seed for the East or the West.
Because then what if you're an All-Star? What if you're on a, like Lauri Markkanen, bro? Like he's an All-Star, but he knows the Jazz aren't making the finals. Like, why would he care for home court advantage? You know?
Shit, maybe he got hurt. Maybe he thinks he's getting there.
No,
they got a chance.
There's no way. No, they don't. No, bro, they fucking are sellers, bro. Like the Jazz don't have a chance.
They're only what? How many teams are in the play-in? They're half a game out of the play-in.
I mean, bro, the Jazz aren't winning the championship, bro. Like, let's be real, fam.
Boys are ahead of the Lakers.
Okay, you really the Lakers gonna win the championship?
Shit, they did with AD and LeBron 2 years ago.
Okay, do the Jazz have AD and LeBron?
Nah, they got Jordan Clarkson.
Okay, just listen to the names you're saying, bro.
They got Young Bull.
They got Walker Kessler, bro.
Walker Kessler. I think that's who it was, bro. Walker Kessler was in the skills challenge.
I think he was. I saw a clip of him in it.
I said Lauri Markkanen. Two white boys that look alike, bro. Let's be honest. That's all I got, bro. You got anything you want to add?
Nah, that's pretty much it. NBA start back up tomorrow, so
yeah, it's about time, bro. Hope you enjoy that bye in fantasy because I'm coming for your head after that.
I think we still got like 3 more weeks, bro.
I'm 2 games back from you, I think.
Well,
bro, if I just filled out my lineup on that Sunday, bro, I'd be sitting in a nice spot, bro. But
I lost this week to OP, so I think you're gonna be 1 game behind.
Nah, it's still going. It's still the same week. Since it was an All-Star game.
I don't think I'm gonna win regardless.
Okay. Wow.
OP has like 1,000 points on it.
We'll see, man. We'll see. But it's going to conclude, man, this week's Goal2Go podcast, episode 29, 2020 NFL Redraft, All-Star Weekend for the NBA. second half of the season. Next week we'll come back with those mid-season awards, our picks, our predictions, and then we'll definitely do some more redrafts during this NFL offseason. I think the combine starts in, 2 weeks? Less than that, maybe? I think it's the first week of March.
Yeah.
Let's see real quick before we sign off. You already know Goal2Go Pod on TikTok, Goal2Go on YouTube. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. It starts at 6 days. February 28th to March 6th.
It's next week.
So, yeah, we're going to be tuned in. Get those combine. Get some mock drafts in the next future couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll get some mock drafts, the 2023 mock drafts, when we get closer to the draft.
Yeah, facts. That's it for this episode, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Catch y'all next week, man. Peace.
Peace.